Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today, we're making sweet corn soup. Now this is one of my favorite soup recipes. It's packed with a lot of heat and flavor. So, let's get started. Alright, for the ingredients, you're going to need 2 fresh, medium to large size corn on the cob for sweet corn. You're going to need 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter, 1.5 cups of vegetable stock. Then you're going to need half a tablespoon of cornstarch, and then you're going to dissolve the cornstarch in 2 tablespoons of water. Then you're going to need 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and then 1 tablespoon of finely chopped green onions, so about 1 stalk. Then you'll need half a cup of finely chopped cabbage, 2 to 3 tablespoons of finely chopped celery, or about 1 stalk, 1 tablespoon of grated or minced ginger, half a teaspoon of freshly ground or crushed black pepper, and some additional to taste, and finally some kosher salt to taste. Alright, so to get things started, let's prepare the ingredients. So we're going to start off with the green onion, and all you want to do is finely chop that along the length of the green onion stalk, and then once you have it all chopped up, you're just going to go ahead and set that aside. Next up is the celery, and just like the green onion, all you want to do is finely chop it along the length of the stalk, and then double back and chop up those bits even more to make sure you have a really finely chopped celery. And then once you're done with that, just set that aside as well. Now for the ginger, you want to peel off the outer layer of the ginger and then finely grate or mince the inner ginger root. And then once you get your tablespoon of ginger, you can go ahead and set that aside. Don't forget to smash that like button, share this video, and subscribe to this channel. It really helps the YouTube algorithm promote this recipe. And stay tuned until the end of this video for a sneak peek of the recipe coming next week. Next up is boiling the corn on the cob. So with fresh corn on the cob, you want to remove the outer leaves of the corn and then take a paper towel and rub the corn on the cob to remove all of those hairs before placing it in the water. So you're going to do this for both corn on the cob, and then what you want to do is boil at high heat, or like 425 degrees Fahrenheit or 218 degrees Celsius, the corn on the cob in the water with a pinch or 2 of kosher salt, and you want to boil those for 15 minutes. Once the corn on the cob has boiled for 15 minutes, you want to remove them from the water and then rub the surface of the corn with the unsalted butter. Once the entire surface of both corn on the cobs have been covered with the butter, you want to go ahead and scrape off the kernels of the corn from each of the cobs. I find it's easiest to do this with a long, sharp knife. Once all the kernels are removed, you want to set aside about 2 tablespoons of the kernels because you're going to use that later on in the recipe. So with the rest of the corn kernels, you want to blend them all with 1 to 2 tablespoons of the vegetable stock to create a smooth corn paste. A small food processor will get the job done pretty quickly. And this is the consistency that you should see from your corn paste. Alright, next step is creating the soup. So the first thing you want to do is heat the olive oil in a deep dish pan or pot on medium heat for 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 degrees Celsius. Next, you want to add your green onions to the pot, and you want to saute those for about 1 minute. And then after that, you want to add the chopped celery and the cabbage and saute those for 1 minute as well. After about a minute of sauteing, the celery and the cabbage should start to look slightly translucent. And the process of sauteing all these vegetables should make them very fragrant. So once you're finished sauteing your vegetables, you want to add the corn paste to the pot and stir. And immediately after adding the corn paste, you want to add the remaining vegetable stock and mix that until the soup comes to a boil. And if you wait too long before adding the vegetable stock, the corn paste may burn. So it's really important to not let the corn paste sit alone on the pot too long before adding the stock. Now you want to add the ginger to the broth and stir it occasionally as it cooks. Now you shouldn't be looking for a rapid boil here, you just want to see the pot steaming on medium heat. So now you want to add the freshly ground black pepper, a dash or two of kosher salt, and the remaining 2 tablespoons of corn kernels that you set aside earlier. Stir those all in and allow the soup to simmer for about 4 minutes on low heat, or 225 degrees Fahrenheit or 107 degrees Celsius. Next up, you want to add the cornstarch paste. So you want to go ahead and dissolve the half a tablespoon of cornstarch into the 2 tablespoons of water. And then once that's all well combined, add that to the pot and stir in that mixture and allow the soup to simmer for about 2 to 3 minutes so that the soup can thicken and the cornstarch flour is cooked. One of the final steps you have to do is taste test the soup, and if you think it's lacking any salt or pepper, just add a dash or 2 at a time and then continue to taste test until it's ready to serve. You can garnish the final dish with some chopped cilantro, green onions, and some additional freshly ground black pepper. And this soup is best served hot. And just like that, you've made your very own sweet corn soup. This is definitely one of my favorite soup recipes. The corn soup is amazing, and I hope you enjoy the heat and the taste of this broth. As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine, Volume 1, Finding Your Inner Chef. And that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave the link to that in the description box. Thank you all for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button, share this video, and subscribe to this channel. And stay tuned for next week where I show you how to make this really delicious cornbread. You won't want to miss this one. Well, once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine. And until then, peace.